In this lesson, I'm going to share with you some of my biggest influences that impacted my work and shaped me as an artist. I'm a big fan of avant-garde art and design from 20th century. I love museums and I try to go to a local museum in every city I visit. The first influence I want to talk about is Bauhaus. Bauhaus was an influential art and design movement that began in 1919 in Germany. They were rethinking art practices and wanted to bring art into the everyday objects. I love everything they did, from visual arts to furniture and architecture. The way they worked with geometrical shapes and composition fascinates me. I like the role of colors and textures in works of Bauhaus. It's especially noticeable in the works of Vasily Kandinsky. He even said that the circle should always be blue. That was his theory. I love this piece by Oskar Schlemmer. I like his simplified shapes and subtle textures and shadows, and also the work with the composition. It's very rhythmic. Here is the Bauhaus poster. In Bauhaus, they work a lot with typography and shapes, and they approach typography as a graphic elements. So you can see this image is rotated and typography works as elements of the composition. I really like that. And of course, they have a lot of contrast here. So I'm a fan of contrast. My next influence are 20th century posters for London Transport. London Transport was always good in commissioning great artists for creating advertising posters for them. I especially love their more retro posters. You can find a range of artistic styles there and endless source of inspiration. Most have a bold composition and a bit of humor. This one is by Edward McKnight Coffer. I love this poster for its very cubistic approach to the shapes and, of course, for the composition and the way he used lettering here to support the composition. These are from the series by Kathleen Stanning. I love these for composition and colors. Notice how the composition are quite similar on these both posters, with a bigger upper part and the condensed bottom part, and how she used the rhythm of the rain or the rhythm of the lighting here and creates kind of conflict here between this upper part and the lower part, which perfectly represents the idea of the poster. And also I really love how she uses colors with this very nice spot colors and very nice rhythm in colors also. The third source of inspiration, and one of my biggest, is in Ukrainian avant-garde movement. For example, Anatol Petritsky used to work a lot with a theater decoration and costumes. I love how he approached characters while thinking about the costumes and outfits. I love the geometry, his approach to the shape, and how he challenges the rules of anatomy here. And of course, this very nice contrast between bold shapes and very thin lines, and the rhythm it gives the drawing. Lastly, probably my favorite artist, René Magritte. I love his surreal magic world. It's very interesting how he works with metaphor to add new meanings to the objects. You can understand his works from many different perspectives. From the style perspective, I love that his works are quite minimalistic and have these subtle shadows that match so well his surreal atmosphere. Okay, now you know more about my influences. In the next lesson, I'm going to tell you how shapes and forms can help us feel and understand emotions.